Hey Marty, this is Christian. I'm going to tear down yours and your grandson's transmission down here. It's a 5R55E. Of course, you already knew that. And get at it and see what we got going on here. First, we'll swing it around here. Go ahead and take these band servos out. Let me get this out of the way. Took the tube out. I'll probably adjust you along the way because I want to make sure you get everything you can. Not as much as me, more of the transmission. All right, just get us a 19 or a 3/4 sweat nut that holds this in. That's your band struts, pins, whatever you want to call them. That's what they look like there. Now these nuts here, you'll hear me say this a lot. It comes new in your kit, so you'll get a brand new nut because it's a molded O-ring in there, and so they just put a new nut inside your kit, and we'll just toss the old ones out. But the pins, I'll clean them up real good, especially on the outside, so I can get a good adjustment on it. And they go back in the transmission. We'll set this to the side over there to get cleaned up. And let me get these speed sensors out. This one out. Speed sensors are usually okay unless you've noticed something on your scanner. The only way you can read to know if the speed sensor has gone bad is if you get a code for it, or if you're reading through the scanner. I don't know if you have one or not. Sometimes it'll let you know which speed sensor is bad. But I don't remember you telling me any codes in this that you noticed or anything like that. So, but these are usually good anyway. I'm not sure if you could see it there, but there's an O-ring, black O-ring. It's the same color as the speed sensor itself. It comes in the kit, and then it get replaced also. Same with all your speed sensors here. So we'll just lay that to the side, get it cleaned up. Actually, putting it over here in the clean tank. I'm putting your parts at. Let's go ahead and get this output speed sensor. Same way. It's a little longer. You can see the difference in them. The outputs. And same thing. You got an O-ring there that'll get replaced. Alrighty. Let's go back here and see if we can get your servos out, or if they're going to give me a hard time. Sometimes they come out easy. Sometimes they don't. You got a notch here. Even though you got a notch, sometimes that notch really just don't help out. But hopefully today it will. We'll just kind of keep tapping on it as we go. Kind of get behind it, get under it as much as possible so it pops out. So I'm getting closer because I want it to pop in my face. There are grooves on the snap ring itself. Sometimes it helps to put snap ring pliers on there, sometimes it don't. A lot of times it's easier just to do this. Just get in there where that little notch is. See that notch right there? Get behind it and everything, and just kind of work it out as you're just tapping on it, just like that. We'll do the other side too. Snap rings just fine. Most of the time they usually are. If it's rusted up real bad, then sometimes you end up bending them, breaking them, things like that, and then you have to get another one. But most of the time they're fine. Alrighty. So what I'm doing first is just kind of breaking the seal, because there's sealing rings in there. Just kind of breaking the seal, because over time it swells and sticks, things like that. So, and then we just try to get behind that snap ring as best we can. We have a little bit too big of a screwdriver on this one. Same thing. It's got notches here. You can try to get them out that way. It's just harder to. It's easier to get them back in this way using like these type of snap ring pliers than it is getting them out. Getting them out's easier. Just use a screwdriver and kind of taking your time getting them out. And then you just kind of take the screwdriver and you pry up on the cap a little bit. There you go. Pops out. What I was talking about breaking the seal is there's an O-ring here that comes in your kit that'll get replaced too. Like I said, you're going to hear me say kit a lot. A lot of things come in your kit. People don't realize it. So it sticks over time. This is a molded piston. This is for your intermediate band area. And it's fine. It's soft like it's supposed to be. Molded pistons are usually really good. They hold up for a very, very long time. Spring is fine. It's not busted. So set it over here, or over here to get cleaned up. And so that was your intermediate second gear band servo. And on the other side was the pins that we took out for it. And once we get inside, I'll show you the band struts that they ride on. Let's go ahead and get this out. This is your overdrive, coast, whatever you want to call it. Basically comes on in overdrive. Also comes off in overdrive. That's why they call it a coast also. You let your foot off the gas. There's that. Yeah. Let's see if we can get this out. Your O-ring. You can see they're different sizes, these pistons. Your overdrive is usually the bigger one, and your intermediate's a smaller one. This spring is not wanting to spring out, so we'll see what's going on here. There we go. Just stuck in there a little bit. This one has a weaker spring compared to that one. That's why sometimes it sticks a little bit. And the piston's just fine. Set that over there. Get some of this fluid out a little bit. Sorry if I ramble on or talk too much. I just like to talk, I guess, while I'm doing things. This shaft here, this is your input shaft. It just pulls out just like that. Big old hunk of steel. Usually never goes bad. Only time it really goes bad is when it gets so hot it gets stuck inside the your overdrive planet system. Set that right there. Set it over here. Bottom of the cart. Go ahead and try to get this off. That way, get some of the weight off. It's not one of your heavier transmissions, but it still is heavy, especially to maneuver around on the bench. And these are pretty much 17mm bolts. You've got O-ring right there that goes down on, fits in that little groove. That's in the kit that'll get replaced. Alright, let's see if this will just come out easy on us. Let's give it some taps. And it does, which is good. So we're going to set that to the side, flip it over on its back and get the valve body off. Then we'll go through the transmission. Now you're probably saying, hurry up, go through the transmission, but there's some things we need to get off underneath the valve body. I'll show you just to get inside the transmission itself, because there's a center support, and underneath the valve body is a screw for this center support that we need to get off, so we can really go into trouble. Hopefully you can see okay here. I'm not trying to block you. Get your pan off right now. 13mm pan bolts. You may already know all this stuff that I'm telling you, but talk my way through it anyway. Take a look at the pan. This pan has a lot of metal in it. That's what all this black stuff is right there. That's metal. Hood's dark, smelly. There's your magnet there. Your magnet's always going to have some metal on it, because this is a wear and tear item, but that is a little excessive. Hopefully all your metal comes from, most of the time, through your converter. So it takes a lot of the weight of the engine, the torque converter does. And so it wears out the quickest. And a lot of the times that's where your metal comes from. But hopefully that's what it is. And we'll go through this, and everything else, all your hard parts will be okay. Alrighty, this is your, of course, your pan gasket. I'm sure you've seen pan gaskets before. That comes in your kit. Set it over to the side. I'll give you like a little baggie of your used parts, your O-rings, stuff like that, if you want to keep them. Sometimes people want to keep them, sometimes they don't care. But anyway, it's your filter. Of course, you know, it'll get replaced. It's got O-rings on it. That comes in your kit for the filter. Sometimes, every once in a while, you might get lucky and you get an extra pair of O-rings in the kit or on the filter, because it comes separate from the kit. So that's going to be thrown away, or I'll put it in your little baggie. You'll get it back. Right now we're just going to unplug all your solenoids. Like I said, the solenoid should be just fine. You didn't tell me about any codes. The only thing I remember you telling me is mostly is that it had a problem downshifting. And that could be like from your valve body being sticky from all this metal. When I go through it, I will clean up all the valves in it. Update. There's a few updates that you do to the valve body also that comes in the kit that I'll be doing. So this is your wiring harness. I'm just going to set it over to the side right now and try not to break it. This one I'm taking off now has 4 10mm bolts. It's for your low reverse band. This is your low reverse band servo. It's a cap, real nice thick steel cap. Some bolts. Lay it over there to get cleaned up. It's pretty dirty. Pull this out. That's a seal for your, it's just like a little gasket for your servo cover. That'll get replaced. This piston's fine for the servo. You can see there's seals right there, little black seals. There's 2 of them. That'll get replaced. It's in your kit. Set it to the side. Alrighty. Clicker for your rooster cone. All these bolts out. They are different sizes. There are 10mm head bolts, but the length of them are different, and they go in different places. So I'll get cleaned up too. Alright. And your valve body is off. Drained out a little bit here. Okay. There is your gasket. Blown out in a few spots. Blown out here along where the shift solenoids are. There's also valves underneath there. Blown out here, which that's where your reverse, that's the other part of the gasket for your reverse servo. So I can't remember if you told me if you had any issues with reverse, but it looks like maybe you had maybe some delay issues or something like that, because this would leak past the O-ring and wouldn't apply that piston correctly. They are allowed a 2 to 5 second delay in reverse, actually, believe it or not, in these. I think that's too much, but that's what Ford designed these to do in reverse, but I'm sure this was a bigger delay than that, if you noticed it. Throw that away because you're going to get a new gasket. Your valve body, I'll be taking your valve body apart when I build it. And of course putting new gaskets on it, doing the updates that are in the kit. Most of your updates are just changing the springs out, refreshing the springs. Some of them are heavier duty springs that tend to break, and that'll get replaced. So set it down here. Set it upside down so I'll drain a little bit before I get to it. Okay. Now down inside your case right here is a little boat I was telling you about. that we got to get out, because that helps hold in your center support. So it's usually a hex head, Torx bit. It's kind of hard to see down in there. So I get one sides of each, and there it is. Be a hex head. And then it's just this little bitty bolt right there. Holds that in there. It not only this holds it in there, but you'll see a snap ring holds your center support in. I'll show you it once we get to it. I'm gonna set that to the side because there's a nut in there also. We're gonna have to get out. All right, so now we're ready to get inside the transmission. Start off with your torque converter. Let's get these out. A little bit bigger size. Sorry if I sniff too much for some reason. My allergies has just been crazy. There we go. These are also different sizes too. Just seems like sometimes Ford is real bad about whatever's on the shelf they put in there when it comes to bolts. Seems like they're always different. They're always going to be hex head, star tip, or this new kind. Alrighty. Those are in there good. Okay, I'm back. Just had to get. Fortunately, sometimes these just get really hard. Alrighty. Your bolts are just fine. It's just the fine thread over time with the aluminum and going hot to cold gets where they get sticky. So put that to the side. Clean up. Hopefully you can still hear me. Yeah. All right. This is a washer here that'll come in your kit. It's a plastic washer. You've got seals right here, if you can see that, spreading it apart a little bit. Those come in the kit, so that'll get replaced also. It's on your pump stator. Your pump stator is fine. It's not eaten into. The pump itself is not eaten into. You've got a seal inside the small gear, right in there. Hopefully you can see it. You might can see the groove. That seal gets replaced. Also, this gasket here, pump gasket, gets replaced. And that's your pump plate. and it's fine. Lay it over to the side for it to get cleaned up. This is the bell housing. It is part of your pump, and it's fine also. You've got a bushing right here. Hopefully you can see that's a brass bushing. That'll get replaced. There's an O-ring here. See it right there. Goes all the way around. That gets replaced. It's in your kit. Also, your front seal. It's in your kit. It gets replaced. Let's go ahead and set it down. Put the rest of the pump there. Overdrive coast drum on the outside of it. That's where the band rides. That's where this rides. Your bands are always usually bad. And just like this is bad. It's burnt. Looks like a real bright red color. It's got cracks in it. But this is burnt real brown. So it gets replaced. That don't come in the kit. Let's get your clutches out of here. And this all get cleaned up. So that way your new band can grab a hold of this drum real good and easy. Let's get these clutches out. Clutches are burnt. Looks like a real bright yellow color. Sometimes you'll see them that they're green. Just depends on who makes it, who manufactures it. A few hot spots on your steels. The steels will be coming in the kit. They get replaced automatically anyway. Always get kit with your steels. They wear out over time also, along with the clutches. This right here with the grooves in it, that's your piston. I'll be taking this drum apart because there's lip seals inside there that'll get replaced. It's in your kit. Put that to the side. Here's your band struts. That's what's you can see in the back end of it there. That's where the pin went into and the servo pin went into. It's got 4 of them in there. All right. One there. Actually has a slit on it. This side sits on. Just like that. That's what applies your band. This comes out. This all goes together. Alrighty. Go ahead and get your planet out. Your planet and your sun gear. And those are fine. They're usually fine. A little bushing in there. Comes in the kit. That'll get replaced. Little washer here, bearing. It's fine. Your planet's fine. There is a sprag that goes on top of this. It's your overdrive sprag. That's in this here. That sprag will get replaced. It wears out quite a bit, so it's just common practice just to replace it. So that'll get replaced. You see, it moves one way but not the other. Okay, now we're down to the center support. Also, the inputs are input speed sensor. You've got 3 speed sensors. 2 are on the outside, 1's on the inside. And this one rides along and reads off this gear here. That's why you've got this funny looking thing here. That sensor reads off this, the input. You get it out of your wiring harness here. right? Just comes up. Got a clip on it. Just kind of give it a twist and push. Most of the time it pops right on out. Sometimes it don't. There it goes. And then again, you've got another special hex head star bolt that gets this out. This one, fortunately, is usually the same size all the time. Sorry if I'm getting in your way, but it's kind of down in here, and that's what holds it in. And that's your speed sensor. It's your input speed sensor. It'll get cleaned up, put back in. Okay, now this is your center support. That big aluminum piece. And it's got a snap ring around it. We already took the bolt out here to help it in. It also has a snap ring that holds it in. So we'll take this pliers here. Get up behind it. Start working its way around. And just kind of pull it out. Big thick snap ring. Hardly ever goes bad. This here, your center support, sometimes it's going to slide out and sometimes it won't. It may give me an issue. So it always gets, it is a tight fit inside there. Sorry, I can't show you this. It's just got to get your fingers around it as best you can. Try to wiggle it out. There we go. And here, you see right there, that's where that bolt went into, right underneath the valve body. So we're going to take it out, set it aside, clean up, and then see there's another cylinder ring there that'll get replaced. It's in your kit. It goes in harder than it comes out. That gave me a little bit of an issue. So what you do is basically I'll clean this up, stick it in the freezer for until I get the parts in to build it. Kind of shrinks it up a little bit and makes it a little bit easier to get back in there. So set it over here. Got a bearing right here, thrush bearing, thrush washer, whatever you want to call it. You've got these throughout. They usually don't go bad. And this is a drum here that this band here, pull it out. It's the same band. That's why they're the same price. Your overdrive and your intermediate band are the same band. And this one wraps around this drum. It's not as burned up. I'll still clean it up a little bit. Alrighty. This is your direct drum. This comes on in third gear. See your clutches are burnt. If you see there, hopefully it's picking it up a little. But you got some hot spots on these steels. That's just from overheating over time. That's why I always replace your steels along with the clutches. You get a new clutch and steel pack that comes in your kit. This drum is just like the other drum. The piston looks different. It don't have any grooves in it. This is just a smooth-faced piston, aluminum piston. When I take it out, you got lip seals in there that'll get replaced, cleaned up, and put back together. Let's set it over to the side too. Trying to keep as much as I can out of the way here. Hopefully you can still see. All right. Next thing I'm getting out. It's just your pin, just like the other one. Had a pin that just dropped on the floor that holds it in place for the band. It's part of your band struts. So, and then you've got your forward drum, another bearing, some sealing rings right there. These are copper colored. Those will get replaced. Brush washer is just fine. Check the clutches out. Same thing with your other drums. It's just burnt. Got a few hot spots on it, but they'll get replaced. Forward. In this one, you can probably see the piston a little bit better. It's got sealing rings and it's got an O-ring up here. What this does, this little thick little O-ring here, is when you put it in forward, it's supposed to give it a little bit of a cushion. So that's all it's really designed for, and it just slides back into your drum or into the piston. But on the inside of this piston, you've got other seals that kind of look like that. They're square cut seals. Be taking them out, taking it apart, cleaning it up, and replacing them. Righty. Okay. Another thrush bearing. It's your forward. This is your forward ring gear hub. Forward planet. Got a washer in there. Got this little slide in bushing. It'll get replaced. They always come in the kit. And you've got your planet. They're usually fine. Big old hunk of steel. Most of the time they're fine. I'm not saying I've never seen any of this stuff go out. I have, but it's not often. Okay, that's your sun shell. Your input sun gear, output sun gear, they're both fine. It's actually one piece that fits inside the sun shell. It just get cleaned up and put back together. Usually, when you get to this area, part of the powertrain, everything's usually fine. Got another brush washer. You got another planet back there, your rear planet. It's got a snap ring that holds it in, so I'm going to get in your way for just a minute. Get that snap ring out. It just holds it in place. There's not really much to grab on. Just kind of pop it out. And then get your rear planet out. And it is just fine. Just a normal 4-pinion planet. And you've got this little dam here, oil dam. They come in your kit. Yeah, it's made out of plastic. It'll get replaced. And you've got a bearing back here that rides on the top of that and rides inside the output ring gear. And there is a tiny snap ring back there, very tiny, that I've got to use one of these to get out, unfortunately. And they're not really easy to get to. I'm about to get in your way for a minute. Okay. It just spreads apart. Little nipples just fit in there. And I said, I'll probably be more in your way than anything else, but it's kind of hard to see. But we got to get it out just to check everything else, like your band and first band, stuff like that. Sometimes you'll get on it and it'll pop right out. Sometimes it won't. It's dark back there, and when you get your hand and everything back there, it makes it even more darker. And the snap ring itself is black. So take me a minute to come on, baby. I have to get a smaller pair. Big pair just don't. The little one. Trying to use the bigger pair as much as I can because it's easier to grip than these little set. Sometimes these little tiny snap rings, you gotta smaller ones. All right. Let me get it on there. You gotta adjust it. Come on. Tell you. Pause you for a second. Okay, I'm back after a little while. A few curse words. Got it out. That's your little bitty snap ring. Actually, believe it or not, that comes in the kit too. So you'll be getting another one of these. Set it over to the side. Now we can get your, this is a bolt I just noticed that connects your tail housing to your transfer case. I'll set that to the side for you, so give it to you when you come back. Just get in here, work everything else out. And that's your rear ring gear. Rides inside here. Little bushing there that gets replaced. Washer. This is also your, this is your, where your low reverse band rides around. It's fine. It's got a sprag that's inside of it. These are always good, pretty heavy duty. Let's see your band here. Band is burnt. Not got a lot of meat left on it like the others do either. But we'll get you a new band. And as you can see, that is it. You got your output shaft right there, which I'll get out later. Once I get the tail housing off, you've got a gasket here that gets replaced. That's pretty much it. Everything else gets cleaned up. Like I told you, I really don't. I'll probably wipe the outside off a little bit, but I really don't have anything to clean the outside with, but everything inside gets cleaned up. So it looks like pretty much everything I've seen is what I told you. It's what I was, that's most common is just you know, you're going to get kit with steels, your filter, all three bands, the sprag, and your torque converter get replaced. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions or anything, I'll go ahead and get these parts ordered. And once they're here, Thursday or Friday, I do have one ahead of you that I've got to get done, that the parts will be here tomorrow, supposedly. I was waiting, they're waiting on a band on it, is on back order. And just for a couple of days. Sometimes parts do get held up. Most of the time they don't, but sometimes they do. But what I'll do is once it's here, once your parts are here, I'll send you a quick text saying your parts are here and let you know when I'm going to start on it. Like I said, I think it's going to rain all weekend, so there's not much for me to do outside around the property. So I'll probably just be in here building yours, and maybe have you done earlier. So like I said, have any questions, just let me know. Have a good evening.